Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Nix. We just finished Supernormal and it was an interesting game. I don't know what to actually make out of it. There was a lot of things that, well, mechanic wise is WASD to walk, shift to hold down voice activation, which you use to speak with the ghost, and then it can kind of communicate back to you. On top of that, you have right click, which is a zoom, and left click to interact is the word that I'm looking for. Yeah, so the mechanics technically should be very straightforward and very easy. It was a little bit confusing at times because when, especially in the beginning, when you started this investigation, because you had to interact with things and then zoom in on them, and then while you're in that interaction pane or whatever I should call it, you had to search for other clues. So it was slightly confusing how that worked. Eventually I kind of figured it out, but it was like sometimes it felt like you needed to zoom and then interact and then interact and then zoom, and it was just slightly confusing. What also did bother me a little bit is that there is no run in this game. Like I severely dislike games when it's very slow, and because it's a lot of the times it feels like if it's too slow, which I felt like, for example, in this game it was, I felt like it was a little bit, it does just add time to the game, which in certain cases you need to because of Steam's rules that they have. But also, when you have to walk that slow, it feels very frustrating, especially like when you in this game, for example, that you at one point will get an autosave and then says like from now on you won't be able to save anymore, and then you don't know if it will chase you or if you're going to be able to run later and whatnot. So that's a little bit frustrating. Story-wise, I think it was quite decent. It was about you as an detective goes and trying to search for Mr. Sakamoto's daughter. You are in that apartment and looking for clues, but then it also is like, why if you are I'm gonna, spoiler warning, based on the findings that you find, like it doesn't make sense that Mr. Sakamoto asks him for advice in that apartment, if that makes sense. So yeah, there's a little bit plot hole in the story, but that's fine. I think that's okay. Would I recommend this game? I'm kind of leaning towards not. Like it is, in general, the game is okay. I feel like, but then there are a lot of these minor things. Like also at times when you play it through the first time, when you are walking forward and you need to do certain things to trigger the next clue, sometimes it's really difficult to be able to find exactly the right thing to trigger exactly the next clue. So like sometimes it's that you need to turn on or off a light. Sometimes it's you need to do other things. So it is a little bit finicky, and there is a few of the clues that are really hard to kind of be able to zoom in and get, which kind of I missed the first time I played it through. But yeah, so I kind of feel like it was a little bit finicky. The story, like I said, the story wasn't too bad. But with the mechanics issues and then with the issues with how to zoom and how to trigger things and such, I think it's a little bit too much in this game that I don't exactly feel works smoothly enough for me to actually be able to recommend this. So unfortunately this time I don't regret playing through it, because in a way it wasn't the worst game I've ever played, but I think it needs a little bit of work to be able to make it, if that makes sense. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will see you in the next one. Bye! Thank you so much for watching my video. I really hope you liked it. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video, and if you want to see more content from me, I also do stream on Twitch, where I play a lot of Apex Legends and a lot of similar games like this. I also do post regularly on TikTok and Instagram, so don't forget to follow me on there. Until next time, have a good one. Bye!